Ryan in Texas. Getting started on your SR955. Fixing to do all the less calm things to it, and I've already done the full coverage mod. Okay, you didn't. That's the only thing you wanted was the enhanced 955 and a video. So. On the international DX call frequency. Seems to be pretty active this afternoon. Of course it was until I said something. Now it probably won't be. I've already done the preliminary checks on the radio to make sure everything was working okay. And it's working great. I am certainly glad to hear that DX in there. You know what? I better look at your order again after I get these parts out of here. Make sure you didn't like order a max mod or something. Don't think you did. I think the only thing you added was the video. I don't have the heat turned up very high on the soldering iron. I might need to move it up some. Yep, I think I'm going to have to. I want to turn it up no more than absolutely necessary to get the job done. Heat's what causes the copper and the fiberglass to separate. The glue they use on these is pretty tough. Now I've got the two filter caps out. I'm taking out the bandpass filter now, the crystal filter. Okay, now I'll clean up the holes. Since I've got the parts out, it makes it easier to clean out the solder in the holes. The pass-throughs that are in the ground plane are the ones that are hardest to clean out, because that ground plane acts like a big heat sink. See, that one didn't clean out, so I need to add more solder to it and let it heat a little bit longer. Costa Rica now. I was hearing Venezuela a little bit earlier. Need to clean out my soldering iron, or solder sucker. Didn't look like there was that much in it.
CQDX, CQDX, 69 Charlie Alpha 001 calling DX. QSY 27590.
Wonder if that guy's making any contacts. But if you want to make DX contacts with other countries, 27555 upper sideband. A lot of the European countries and South American countries go there for DX. So it's a pretty popular frequency. But it is upper sideband. Okay. Let's double check this one. He don't look like he's all the way clean. It looks better. Okay. So now I need to move this guy here to the other side, so he won't be in the way of the cap. And it always wants to bring up the socket with it. That was the West Indies, 620. You can hear stations from all over the world. Even if you don't want to talk DX, it's a good frequency to just go listen to. And what they do, they get on that frequency and they make the call, and then they give the frequency to go to. They don't have conversations on the call frequency, which is the way it should be. That was a South American station wanting contact to go to 570. So that's, like I said, that's what they do. They get on there, they make the call, and then they tell which frequency to go to. And some of them call out specific areas they want to talk to. Like earlier, they were calling for Pacific Ocean stations. But they also know that 27385 is a good DX frequency here in the United States, so a lot of them will go to that frequency and make a call. But we don't do what they do on 385. We make a call and just tie up the frequency holding a conversation. Not everybody does that. Okay, now that was a French station there. See, that's a pretty cool frequency. You guys ought to check it out. 27555 upper sideband. Just listen for a little while and you see what I'm talking about. They get on there, they make the call, and they tell which frequency they're going to, so you can follow them and have a conversation. Hold your QSO on a different frequency, but make your call on the call frequency, which is 555 upper sideband, 27555 upper sideband. And that has been the call frequency for decades. Now you saw me put some little standoffs on that one. That's so I can put a bigger capacitor in there. So we're going from, now on that particular one, that was 470 microfarad. It's now a 3,300. Which is definitely going to help smooth our DC signal. Another reason I put these standoffs on there is so that it will not come in contact with some of the, it's Costa Rica again, so that it will not come in contact with some of the surface mount components that are around its position. I can't always put a bigger one in there. It depends on what other parts are close to it and how close they are. But like for these, and this little spot of hot glue that I'm putting on there is to keep them from falling off when I'm trying to put them in the radio. Okay, that sounds French, but I don't hear any other DX coming in from France. Maybe he's a Frenchman in South America somewhere. You know those French boys, after World War II, they went everywhere. Canada, New Orleans. Pretty cool, actually. Okay, I've got the buffer filters both installed. I'm getting ready to install the crystal filter. We took a, was that 9 kilohertz wide. I forget. I have so many different radios that'll do this too. See if this one tells me what the width is. It's hard to see. It looks like an 09, which means 9 kilohertz wide. The one we're putting back in there is a 7.5. Now, I've learned that I can't go too narrow on these, or else the FM sounds muffled, like you're holding your nose when you talk on it. Papa Tango 182, South America, but it didn't hear which part of South America he was in. He said it afterwards, but his signal faded out. The 27555 upper sideband, really neat frequency to listen to. There's also a lot of maritime frequencies you can listen to. Okay, now you made the call, and he's moving to 530, 27.530. Okay, I was checking to see if you had added like a max mod to it or a final upgrade, and you did not, so time for me to do my tune-up. I'll go do that, and then I'll come back. More to come. Okay, tune-up's all done. 100 watt slug in RMS and a 100 watt slug in peak. Meter on the left is RMS, meter on the right is the peak meter. Okay, I'm on, let's see, let me get on channel 20. Okay, now a reminder, if your sideband knob gets a little off kilter, turn the radio off, center up the knob, and then turn the radio back on after you center up the frequency. Center up the frequency, then turn the radio off, adjust your knobs to where they're all centered up, and then turn the radio back on, and your clarifier will be at 12 o'clock. Okay, we're on channel 20. Let's start with AM. Remember, RMS is on the left, peak is on the right. We're reading on the bottom scale on both meters. About 85 peak and about 20 watts RMS. That's on full power. Now I'm going to turn the power all the way down. We're at 2, 4, 6, about 8 watts. And looking about, what is that, 36, 37, 38 watts peak. That's with RF power all the way down. We are still on AM channel 20. Okay, now I'm going to turn RF power all the way back up. Switch to lower sideband. We're still on channel 20. Power's all the way up. That's what, about 45 watts RMS and about almost 90 watts peak. Now I'm going to turn RF power all the way down. And 22, 24 watts peak and about 12 watts RMS. Okay, so with that turned all the way down, you can drive like a Texas Star with it. Okay, on sideband. I would not turn it all the way up and attempt to drive that radio. Okay, there it is. Let me get the covers on it and we'll finish up the video. I want to show you the receive too. All right, more to come. Okay, here it is. Beautiful radio. It's all set up for you. Now I wanted to show you the receiver. Get the thingy going there. Now I've got the antenna disconnected. You can see we still almost have a 5. Dead on a 9. I'm at 30% modulation, 1 microvolt, or 100 microvolts, which is an S9. Okay, switch the antenna back to external. All right, Ryan in Texas. I sure hope you enjoy your new radio. It was my pleasure to set it up for you. Folks, stay safe out there. Hopefully this thing is about to run its course. 7-3, everybody. Take care.